it's nice to get that feeling of camaraderie again when you get around other veterans, no matter the age and no matter the era of service. That camaraderie and that brotherhood is always there, no matter the service that they were in.
No.
When you get around other veterans, it's a brotherhood, and it will be a brotherhood forever. And I've never met a stranger that was a veteran.
The Alabama Supreme Court has done something different in the last 2 or 3 years. And I said, you have the legislative, you have the judicial, you have the executive, the president, the judges, congressmen, senators. But you always also have the military. And that's the reason you can have the other three.
Absolutely. Any veteran that I've ever met has always instantly been a brother because they've put on the line the same that I have for selfless reasons. And somebody with a heart like that and somebody with a mind like that, they're definitely a brother. If they're willing to step into doing what they do, they're a brother, instantly a brother. So I like that too, being around other servicemen and women.
Well, I'm down in the office of Mr. Roy Drinkard. Roy, it's Veterans Day weekend coming up. I've been doing research. I know you've done research. As best we can tell, you are the oldest living Marine Corps veteran in the United States.
The Pentagon, no less than the Commandant, 42nd Commandant of the United States was Jim Connolly, and I talked to you off the record a while ago about I knew him, but he brought me up to the Pentagon and he made me an award, and he told my great-grandsons that.
Now, Roy, tonight you're going to be receiving the key to the city of Cullman from Mayor Woody Jacobs. Do you know what that means?
Yes, that's...
What does that mean to you? It sounds like a huge honor to me.
That means you're welcome. You've opened it to me. I said, I'd like to feel like you opened the doors of the heart to me, the city. That's the way I would like to take it.
It's pretty amazing honor. I don't recall anybody getting the keys to the city in my memory, so that's pretty special.
It does happen. Usually it's to important people, and I think that this award to me is just one that says it's to a veteran. It's Veterans Week, and I take it as an award to all veterans. And I'm just the one that Mayor Jacobs has, or whomever made the choice, has decided it should go to. Of course,
well, you're a longtime friend of the city and county of Cullman, too.
Yes.
So that might have something to do with it, right?
Yes, I am. I certainly love this.
And I've got to ask you a
community.
question. There's a picture right behind your head. It says Drinkard's Pool Room, Falkville, Alabama, circa 1920. What is that about?
The pool room has a dirty. The people have a dirty conception of the pool room now as a place you hang out and what. When my mother was a young lady, that's where the young men and women went on Sundays after church to play pool and eat and eat peanuts, and drinking's been about every business he has, including peanuts.
So now I brought a gentleman named Chris Denney along with me. He's a firefighter out in Logan, among other things. He was in the 101st Airborne, right, for 10 straight years. How does it feel to talk to a younger man, but who's been in the military as well? I know you've had a little conversation with him. Do you have any words of wisdom for younger military men?
We've been talking before you and I started. Just talking. It was wonderful to hear him say that no matter where he met a veteran, a United States veteran, regardless of the branch of service, that he felt his home with them, that he was a friend to him, they were his brother or sister. pretty great statement, and it just renewed my, eagerness to be among that group like that. The greatest generation is now, and they'll be the greatest till the next comes. They just got to realize this and accept this responsibility and realize that the students of today and the children of today are the leaders of tomorrow. And we'd like to expect as much of them as they have expected and relied on and I hope receive from us.
Yes. Now I'm going to do something I don't normally do. Chris, I'm going to let you be the interviewer. You're the expert in this field. Do you have a question you'd like to ask Mr. Drinkard?
Mr. Drinkard, what initially made you decide to join the service? Where were you at? Where were you at, and what were you doing the day that you decided that you were going to join the Marine Corps?
I was last embalming, funeral directing, operating a funeral home for my father in Gunnersville in Marshall County. And the chairman of the draft board was a Mr. J.E. Nix, whom I admired very much, and he kept the books for the owner of the funeral home formerly. And when we bought the funeral home, former owner rather, and Mr. Nix was in my presence. I regularly saw the draft board meeting and deciding who should go and who shouldn't. And I'm beginning to feel guilty about being at home and not going. I had one child that actually didn't have to go. So I went to Fort McClellan and was not accepted. I first thought I'd be in the Army and be in the HER, that's quartermasters, American Graves Restoration. And then that didn't work. I didn't physically, so then I said I'm going to operate a PT boat because I had what very few people had then. I had a Coast Guard license to operate a boat of that size, and they turned me down. So at Fort McClellan, I came home and went to over Fort Oglethorpe. It was a different story. They turned me down for Army and Navy, and the old Marine sergeant said, "I'll take that stupid." You know what? And I was in the Marine Corps. He just stamped me right in. Thought I talked too much.
Absolutely.
That's awesome. Now, Mr. Drinkard, I'm going to turn the tables. I'm going to let you ask Mr. Denney a question. You get to be the interviewer. What would you want to ask Chris Denney?
I always wanted to ask somebody this. When you jump from an airplane, you hook your line up there on the line, and then you jump out of the airplane, or do they have to push you out?
Well, it depends on whether you're in the front of the line or if you're in the back of the line. If you're in the front of the line, the majority of the line is going to push you out anyway. So if you're anywhere between the front and before the last man, you have no choice. You're going to be pushed out. If you freeze, you're going out regardless. The last man, if you freeze, they're going to put a boot on your rear end and they're going to push you out. So everybody goes.
I'm going to ask you one final question. It's actually two questions. Do you remember your serial number and your rifle number when you were in the Marine Corps?
My Marine Corps serial number 991462. My rifle number is 1699882.
Chris Denney, your serial number.
D8047.
Remember your rifle number?
I had too many rifles.
Roy Drinkard wins. He remembers his rifle number, and Chris is stumped. Mr. Drinkard, thanks for talking to us. I appreciate it. Congratulations on winning the key to the city tonight. And any final thoughts until we speak again?
No, I thank the mayor and the council and the people of Cullman, and I'd like to say Cullman County, for all they've done for me. They've been so good to me through the years. It's a wonderful place to live right here where I am. United States is a wonderful place to live, but this is a garden spot.